Hello friends, welcome back to the fourth lecture on orthographic projection. On last lecture we have seen the first angle method of projection, in that we saw that where to draw the different views of an object, like where to draw the front view, where to draw the top view, where to draw the side views, more specifically talking where to draw the left hand side view and where to draw the right hand side view. So this is what the placement of the different views of an object when we have to draw it by the first angle method of projection. So from where we have got these views, we have already seen in the last lecture. So I know that this seems to be the very complicated or a congested kind of a diagram. So some of you might have the confusion in the understanding of the concept of the first angle method of projection. And then for them, or for those students, I have the simplified diagram that I will show you. So I will cover this once again, but very quickly. So first angle method of projection means we imagine that the object whose different views we have to prepare, that object is placed in first quadrant, which I told you in last lecture. So this seems to be first quadrant consists of the different planes. So this is what we see, it is a horizontal, so we call it as the horizontal plane. Then this seems to be the vertical, we call it as vertical plane, and this is the profile plane, and as well as this is also the profile plane. So this one is the profile plane and this is also the profile plane, and this is how we have the first quadrant with us. And then what do we imagine? The object is placed somewhere here in first quadrant, an observer is here, an observer is looking, this observer is looking at the object in this direction. So this is supposed to be the initial position of an observer. Object is going to be here, so whenever the observer is going to look at the object, whatever he will see initially, that we will call it as a front view. So on last lecture I told you that we always draw the views onto a plane which is behind the object. So you can imagine, if object is here and observer is here, the plane which is very next or behind the object is vertical plane, right? So whenever observer is here and object is here, the plane behind the object is the vertical plane. So the front view which the observer will see, that front view will appear on the vertical plane, right? Similarly, the observer will shift himself or herself to see the top side of the object, then observer is going to be here, and this is the direction of an observer to look at the object. And in this case, the plane behind the object, if this is an object, again the plane behind the object would be this, that is horizontal plane. So when the observer is shifting himself or herself to the top side, then the which view will come here is the top view, definitely, and I just told you that it will come onto the plane which is behind the object. So in this case, observer is here, object is here, and the plane is here, so the top view will come onto this plane. Now if observer has to draw or has to see the side view, then he will shift himself or herself to this side, right? So initial position was this, so observer is shifting himself to this side, that means this side we are going to call it as a left hand side of the observer. So whatever the view an observer will see, that will be the left hand side view, and on which plane it will come. So this is the plane which is in front of the, or this is a plane which is in between the observer and the object. So this left hand side view will not come onto this plane, the view will come onto the plane which is behind the object. So observer is here, object is here, and this would be the plane behind the object. So this left hand side view, whatever the observer will see, that will appear on this plane which is behind the object. So for what purpose we have this plane? So we have one more possibility to look at the object, which is this side. And by the way, all these planes are the transparent. I forgot to tell you, that all these planes are transparent. This is a part of imagination. So even if you are standing here and this plane is in between you and the object, still you are going to look at the object is completely visible to you because all these planes are the transparent. So what I was saying, when observer is now at standing here and object is here, so whatever the observer will see, that we will call it as a right hand side view, because this is going to be the right hand side of the observer. And when the observer is looking at the object, he will see the right hand side view, and where on which plane it will come. So definitely it will come onto a plane which is behind the object. Observer is here, object is here, and this is the plane which is behind the object. So the view will appear on this plane, and that will be the right hand side view. So ultimately we get the 4 different views when the object is placed onto the when the object is placed in the first quadrant. We get the 4 different views, and we get all those 4 different views on 4 different planes which are perpendicular to each other. But when it comes to a drawing onto a plain paper, we supposed to draw it onto the plain paper. So in that case we have to bring all these 4 different planes onto one single plane. So how we do that? So for that we have this second diagram. So I will show you once again that this is the vertical plane, this is the horizontal plane. This blue in color, focus on those planes. This is the profile plane, and this next blue one is again the profile plane. So which view comes here is the front view. Which view come onto this vertical plane? It's a front view. Which view come onto the horizontal plane? It's a top view. Which view come onto this profile plane? See, initial position of the observer was this, and when observer shift himself or herself to this side, that is left hand side. So which view will come onto this plane? Left hand side view. Similarly, when observer shift to this side, which is the right hand side, object is here, you have to imagine this, and the observer is looking in this direction to the object. So he is going to see the right hand side view, and it will come onto the plane which is behind the object, which is this plane, and which view is going to appear on it is right hand side view. See, it's very simple, no need to have any sort of confusion. Now you can see that front view is appearing on a vertical plane, top view is appearing on the horizontal plane, left hand side view is appearing onto this profile plane, and right hand side view is appearing onto this profile plane. Now as I told you, we have to bring all these 4 different planes onto one single plane. So for that we have to rotate the 3 planes, which is HP and 2 profile planes. We never touch the vertical plane. So it's very logical that in which direction we should rotate this plane in order to bring these 3 different planes on one single plane, or in other words, we have to bring these 3 planes aligned with the vertical plane. So we will rotate this profile plane in this direction. So this will be the new position of the profile plane, and hence this right hand side will shift to this side. So this is going to be the new position of the right hand side view. Similarly, this is the profile plane. In order to bring it aligned to the vertical plane, we will turn it to this side. So which view is lying onto this profile plane is left hand side view. So once the profile plane has new position, which is this, so left hand side will also have the new position, which is this left hand side view. Similarly, we will rotate this horizontal plane in a downward direction through 90 degree. So this horizontal plane will come here, and top view is lying onto the horizontal plane, so the top view will come here. So you can see we have 1 2 3 4 planes on one aligned to each other. So we can see the new positions of the front view, top view, and the side view after rotating these planes 90 degree and bringing all those planes aligned to the vertical plane or aligned to each other. The new position of the views, you can see. So see, front view comes on vertical plane as it is. Now top view comes below the front view on HP. Right hand side view comes to the left hand side of the front view, and left hand side view comes to the right hand side of the front view. So this is how we get the exact positions according to the first angle method of projections. So whenever it comes to drawing onto a paper, we do this. So I will show you. So this is the reference line, which is we call it as XY line, common line for all the planes, this one. So this is your XY reference line. So if you look at this diagram, if you look at this from this side, it will look like this. See, if you look at this diagram from this side, forget about this blue color planes now, because we have shifted them to the new position, which is red in a color. Now if you focus only onto these red in color planes, and if you see those planes in this direction, they will look like this. So again, this is a summary of the first angle method of projection, where we should remember that this is vertical plane, this is horizontal plane, this is profile plane, and this is also profile plane. So which view comes onto the vertical plane? So it's a front view. Which view comes below the front view, or which view come onto the horizontal plane? It is the top view. This is the right hand side of the front view. So which view will come onto this plane, that is to the right side of the front view, and it is left hand side view. And similarly here, which view will come is right hand side view. So this is what the summary of first angle method of projection, and this is very important for you to remember, because in examination whenever we have to solve a problem on orthographic projection, and then if you don't know this, then you cannot draw or you cannot solve the problem. So one last thing which I want to tell you is this, that yes, here you see all these planes are having the boundaries, like this plane is having 4 boundary, this plane is also having the 4 boundary, but when it comes to drawing onto a paper, then we directly consider this space above the XY line. Like here, this is the XY line which you see here. So we consider the whole space above the XY, the whole space above the XY as the vertical plane, and the whole space below the XY as horizontal plane. So we no need to show the boundary for the vertical plane, and we no need to show the boundary for the horizontal plane. So we have only 2 planes, so we can draw only 2 views in this scenario, that is front view above the XY line, top view below the XY line. What if we have to draw the 3 views, which you have to draw actually in an exam? In exam you have to draw 3 views, that is the front view, top view, and the side view. No one will ask you to draw both the side views, that is left hand side view or the right hand side view. You have to draw only one side view. It depends on the question, whether the question is asking for drawing the left hand side view or the right hand side view. Right, front view and top view will be there all the time, no doubt, but the question will be only regarding the side view, means whether it will be the left hand side view to draw or a right hand side view to draw. So according to that, you have to draw one more line. So you can see here, if somebody is asking you to draw the 3 views, which are the front view, top view, and the left hand side view, so you no need to draw this right hand side view. So in that case, you can see the front view is here, top view is here, and the left hand side view comes to the right hand side of the front view. So in that case, if you look at here, we already have the XY line, which is this XY line. We already have the XY line. Now in order to draw the left hand side view, we have to draw one vertical line. So we will draw it here like this. So if you draw this vertical line, then now this is very important. Out of these 4 quadrants, where you are going to draw the front view? So obviously the front view is going to lie above the XY line. So it may be here or it may be here, right? And top view will lie below the front view. So you know that front view is going to lie either here or here. So what is the perfect position for the front view? If it is asked in a problem to draw front view, top view and the left hand side view, you will do this first. You will draw one vertical line, you will draw one horizontal line, and then you will fix the position for these three views. So you know that according to the first angle method of projection, the front view is going to lie above the XY, but where? Whether here or here. So how you are going to decide it? So it depends on which side view is asked to draw. So if it is asked to draw the left hand side view, so you know that according to the first angle method of projection, the left hand side view comes to the right side of the front view. So front view will be here because this will be the position for the left hand side view. So you will draw the front view in this quadrant. Here you will draw the top view, and here you will draw the left hand side view. So this is very important for you to specify the place for drawing the different views according to the given data. So if given data is asking you for the left hand side view, then according to that, position your front view first. For an example, once again, see, if in exam it is asked to draw front view, top view and the right hand side view, see, it is asked to draw the right hand side view. So what will be the position for the front view? Whether, yes, obviously it will come above the XY line, no doubt, but the question is again the same, whether in this quadrant or in this quadrant. So again, on what it depends? It depends on which side view is asked to draw. So right hand side view we have to draw, and you know that according to the first angle method of projection, right hand side view comes to the left hand side of the front view. So what will be the position for the front view here? In this, here, because we have to draw the right hand side view, and here you can see the right hand side view comes to the left hand side of the front view. So front view will be here, top view will be here, and the right hand side view will be here. So this is how you must know where to draw the front view, top view and the side view according to the first angle method of projection. Okay, so that's all for today, and we will see how to solve the problem on orthographic projection in next lecture. Thank you. Have a nice day.